Mithraic mysteries. What if the most profound secret about human power and enlightenment wasn't locked in today's secret societies or elite lodges, but buried in the ruins of an ancient cult that history tried to erase? What if Freemasonry and the cults of today are just pale copies of a forgotten tradition you've never heard of? One that birthed their hierarchies, initiations, and veiled rituals. What if their ceremonies and sacred symbols were stolen from mystic traditions that empowered warriors and seekers to transcend mortality, hidden for centuries beneath the earth, waiting to ignite a revolution in your own sovereignty? Unlike any religion peddled in modern temples or boardrooms, this one unfolds like a labyrinth of underground rites, invoked by a god many call Mithras, but in a form that echoes nothing like the sanitized deities of today. These teachings were reserved for the initiated elite, soldiers, merchants, and visionaries, too potent, too transformative to be unleashed on the unready masses. Hidden within these enigmatic mysteries is a core so radical it could shatter your illusions about control, destiny, and the hidden forces shaping reality. If grasped, it could dramatically alter your path and free you from the chains of ordinary existence. But this isn't just any ancient cult. Rediscovered through archaeological digs across Europe and the Middle East, Mithraism is one of the most enigmatic mystery religions ever unearthed. If its temples hadn't been excavated, we would still lack deep insight into the initiatory paths that influenced secret societies and their revolutionary grasp on hidden knowledge. Before empires rose and fell, before legions marched across continents, before the stars aligned in forgotten constellations, there was Mithras. This is not legend, it is archetype. It is the eternal warrior of light from which you draw your inner strength, not as mortal flesh or fleeting ambition, but as an invincible force encoded with cosmic justice. Mithras emerged from the rock, born not of woman, but of primal stone, a self-generated deity who embodies the sun's unyielding rise, the unbreakable contract of truth, and the guardianship of war's righteous fury. This is not a distant idol on a pedestal, or a myth confined to dusty scrolls. He resides within you, beneath the doubts, beneath the distractions, beneath the illusions of separation. He is what you were before societal roles confined you, and what you reclaim, not through conquest, but through revelation. The world has taught you to see yourself as vulnerable, as isolated, as adrift in chaos. But the truth is this: you were forged from solar fire, shaped from the essence of unbreakable oaths and eternal vigilance. The realm of divine emanations is not a far-off heaven. It pulses within you as blueprints of heroic architecture. Every act of courage thins the barrier. Every stand for justice rewires your spirit for ascension. The divine attributes began with light, then came justice, contract, war, friendship, victory, and immortality. Each one vibrates inside you, not as abstraction, but as latent power. You are not striving to become these divine forces. You are them already, awaiting ignition. Over 400 ancient temples of Mithras have been unearthed across Europe and the Middle East, from the hidden grottos of Rome and Britain to the eastern frontiers of Persia and Syria. silent witnesses to a cult that thrived in shadows for centuries. These underground sanctuaries, known as Mithraea, were not grand cathedrals for the masses, but intimate caverns mimicking the cosmos, where only the worthy gathered in secrecy. In the beginning, before the cult spread through Roman legions, there was the tauroctony, the sacred bull-slaying ritual, the heart of Mithraic mysteries. This was not mere sacrifice, it was cosmic alchemy, where Mithras, cloaked in a starry mantle, knelt upon the bull to unleash fertility, life, and renewal from its blood, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness, order over chaos. True ceremonies were veiled, enacted in dim torchlight, not for spectacle, but for transformation, where initiates faced trials of fire, water, and endurance to purify the soul. You carry this legacy within you as your original rite of passage, the core of your resilience, the sacred forge behind your will. When you awaken these inner mysteries, fear, hesitation, and complacency dissolve. This cult within you has been dormant, stirring in moments of trial, guiding through instincts of loyalty and bravery. It is here to pierce the veils of deception, to transcend the masks you've worn, to delve into the structure of power itself. To invoke these secret ceremonies starts with discipline, with ritual, with the resolve to confront shadows until your purpose emerges. Every time you choose integrity over ease, action over apathy, allegiance over betrayal, you fuel this ancient fire. That fire consumes the deceptions you've accepted as fate. Once you partake in the inner banquet, sharing bread and wine as Mithras did with the sun god, you no longer succumb to worldly manipulations. You see through the facades. You reclaim your authority over your path, and that is the dawn of true empowerment. For what you ritually embody, you manifest, and when you align with Mithraic secrets, you begin to reshape your reality from unbreakable resolve. Echoes in rituals, forbidden texts, and hierarchies. After the bull was slain and light prevailed, the next layer unfolded, not as isolated devotion, but as structured ascent. The hierarchical initiations that bound brothers in unbreakable bonds, the forbidden knowledge passed in whispers through grades of enlightenment. This is not superficial symbolism, it is the framework of esoteric mastery, the ladder through which the uninitiated become guardians of hidden truths. Mithraism's 7 levels: Raven, Bridegroom, Soldier, Lion, Persian, Runner of the Sun, and Father, mirrored cosmic spheres, each with trials, oaths, and revelations, forging loyalty amid secrecy. It thrives within you, waiting to be reclaimed as your true progression. Before modern lodges claimed their rights, Mithraism sung them into form, not with words, but with symbolic acts. You were not assembled by accident, you were initiated into existence. Within your essence hums a code, a sequence unique to your journey that resonates with these ancient hierarchies. That code is not in tomes, it's in your conviction. Every cell echoes it, even when voices of doubt arise. The world has twisted this sacred structure. In society, hierarchies divide and dominate. Knowledge is hoarded or diluted. But Mithraic wisdom endures. It only retreats, awaiting those who seek depth. To revive these parallels, is to reclaim the power of progression. What oaths you swear shape your destiny. Every time you compromise, you strengthen shadows. But every time you advance through inner trials with Mithraic discipline, the forbidden knowledge awakens, restructuring your being. Your path, when stripped of pretense, becomes a sacred order. When you embrace this, you cease climbing for status. You ascend to reveal. The hierarchies cut through illusions with exacting rites, much like Freemasonry's degrees, symbols of sun and moon, and vows of brotherhood, echoes stolen from Mithraic depths, where elite knowledge guarded cosmic secrets. This is not the revival of dusty ruins or faded echoes, not a cult that withers with time. It is the eon of renewed vitality, the divine resurgence that animates seekers today, yet eludes the grasp of the unprepared. A living flame, a current unbound by eras. You harbour this within you now, an enduring spark glowing just beyond the veil. It is not nostalgia, it is resurgence. It does not cling to the past. It illuminates because it cannot be quenched. With modern tools, archaeology, digital archives, and esoteric scholarship, we uncover more than ever, piecing together rituals and symbols long buried, revealing how Mithraism's essence infiltrates elite circles, perhaps even fueling hidden cults. But is it dangerous? Only to illusions of control, to the facades of power that fear empowered individuals. True revival exposes secrets of the elite in the Shatori paths that empower the many, not the few, offering liberation through self-mastery. The world has mistaken revival for threat, with peril, with forbidden allure. But authentic Mithraism does not demand blind faith. It simply awakens. When you delve into these rediscoveries in profound reflection, feeling the pull beyond intellect, that is revival. You were never severed from this force. The path to igniting Mithraic revival is not hazard. It is exploration, curiosity, choosing to dismantle veils instead of fearing shadows, and embracing what endures eternally. In meditative rites, in scholarly pursuit, in the resonant silence between discoveries, you sense it. A subtle yet profound affirmation. I am empowered, not because I seek, but because I am the light. Revival was never about peril in years past. It is about eternity unfolding through your awakening. The deeper you engage this resurgence, the more profoundly you transform.